What up, y'all? It is your boy Darius, and I'm back, y'all. Man, oh man, a lot of stuff has happened with D, man. Ever since he been arrested, man. A lot of stories that's coming out, a lot of victims coming out. I guess filed a lawsuit against Diddy, because I don't know how Diddy gonna get out of this, though, man. I can't see it. So, MusicVibe, shout out to MusicVibe. So this video says the victims of Diddy. So let's check this out, see what he's saying this. Let's get it, y'all.
About my party, they're gonna be shutting them down. They're gonna probably be arresting me, doing all types of crazy things just because we want to have a good time.
This 1999 interview turned out to be prophetic. Diddy is now under arrest for all the terrible things he has done in his entire life. At the moment, there are more than 100 lawsuits against him. The victims remember all his atrocities with great horror.
I can't say that I was afraid. I can't. Every time I get to this point, I just get emotional. I can't.
Celebrities also cried, such as Justin Bieber.
Damn.
In 2020, Justin talked about wanting to protect a then 18-year-old Billie Eilish from the harms of the music industry. Many on social media started saying that this also refers to Diddy.
But yeah, just protecting those moments because people take for granted encounters, and I just want to protect her, you know? I don't want her to go through anything I went through. I don't wish that upon anybody. Yeah, if she ever needs me, I'm just a call away.
When
Damn.
Justin Bieber started off his career, he cited Diddy to be one of his biggest influences. He even called out to the record executive mogul for a collaboration in 2009 when he was 15. Though a collab didn't happen then, the two bonded after they were connected through Justin's mentor, Usher. Whereas Usher's mentor was, you guessed it, Diddy. When Usher was 14 years old, he lived for a year at Diddy's camp called Flavor Camp. This camp was an intensive program designed for young artists where they could develop their musical skills under the guidance of experienced industry professionals. According to Usher, during that year, he saw a lot of wild and very curious things taking place, and he didn't necessarily understand it.
You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy Camp?
Hell no.
Meanwhile, Bieber spent 48 hours with Diddy. And as Diddy says in this video, he is not going to say exactly what they were going to do, but it is the dream of every 15-year-old teenager.
Where we hanging out and what we doing, we can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream.
A year later, another video was published where Bieber felt uncomfortable when Puff asked him why they don't hang out together anymore.
You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, I mean, you haven't. I mean, you try to get in contact with me, through all my, partners and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But you never really got my number, so.
Right.
My
Okay.
number?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you my number.
Yeah.
In 2011, they appeared on Jimmy Kimmel Live. The convo started off with Jimmy asking Diddy and Justin what their relationship was about, if they were collaborating on music. Diddy responded, saying they had become friends, quote, in a strange way, and Justin was like his little brother, unafraid to call and ask him for advice. The music mogul also explained the record industry was a strong family, and Justin was someone they had their arms around to protect him from vultures in the music biz. Diddy described Justin as a genuinely nice person with lots of talent, adding that he's one of the greatest kids you could ever know. Bieber smiled and shook Diddy's hand, telling Jimmy that the Bad Boy Records CEO had bought him a Lamborghini, but he hadn't received it yet. Jimmy asked Diddy when Justin could expect the fancy car, and that's when Diddy gave a stunning response.
Got me a Lamborghini. And
Yeah. Oh, well, that's nice.
I haven't gotten it yet, though.
Yeah, I know. When is that coming, that Lamborghini? We talked about this last
He
time.
had the Lamborghini for a day or two, and he had access to the house, and he knows better than to be talking about the things that he does with Big Brother Puff on national television.
Yeah, something shady about him. It's just something about Diddy just irks me, though, man. I don't know what it is, though, but yeah, I feel sorry for Justin Bieber, man. I really do, man. Where was the parents at, though? How could they be okay with that, though, man? That's what I want to know. Oh my, yeah, man. I feel sorry for Justin, man. I don't think he's still in the music business, though. I don't think he is, though. I could be wrong, though, man. But I'm very sorry that happened to Justin, though, man.
Your child needs these 3 key factors to get into an Ivy League or top 25 university.
In 2020, Justin joined Diddy's live stream. Justin spoke warmly of him there. At the same time, he spoke in such a tone as if he was afraid of him.
I just want to say raising awareness for the Black community and what is happening, it's absolutely ridiculous. And what you're doing is powerful, and it needs to be said. So I thank you so much for doing that as well.
Thank you, love you, yeah.
Absolutely.
Boy, I'm about to call you sister.
Man, whatever you do.
In 2021, another strange video appears in which Diddy seems to be checking Bieber for a microphone.
The hell is he doing?
In 2023, Bieber appeared on Diddy's album, The Love Album, Off the Grid. On Instagram, they exchanged kind words about each other again. And at the end of his comment, Justin says, "Love you, Diddy." As we can see, Bieber has spoken positively about Diddy more than once. However, how sincere is this? After all, he could just be saying it out of fear. After Diddy's arrest, sources told Daily Mail that Justin regrets his collaboration with Diddy and refuses to talk about the arrest. Bieber is so disturbed by the Diddy news and is unwilling to process it or discuss it, so he is shut off, the source said. So many people who helped to make him who he is were very close to Diddy, and it has completely thrown him. Justin hasn't been responding on this since the home raids. He's not going to. He had a long break from Diddy when he believes most of this took place, and he distanced himself from him. He was featured on Diddy's most recent album, and had he known any of this, there is no way he would have done it. After all this, Justin Bieber's clip for the track Yummy shines in a different light. Before the release of the clip, Justin posted photos of young children and captioned them yummy. Because of this, some users called him a pedophile. In this clip, we see children entertaining quite grown adults who look very rich. When Justin sits down at the table, everyone present begins to devour all the food they see on the table. Sweets and pastries on the table symbolize children, their souls and bodies. It all ends with a wide party, and at the end, there is a plate with the image of a young Justin Bieber with the very same word, yummy. It is also worth paying attention to how he pronounces yummy. If you listen closely, you can hear the letter N. So not "you got that yummy," but "you got the young me."
You got the yummy, the yummy, the yummy, say the word.
It wasn't easy for Justin to shoot this video. There are videos where he was breaking down crying during filming and was inconsolable. It is quite possible that during filming, his subconscious reminded him of all those terrible things from the industry that he had to face. Puff has been involved in scandals and conflicts that still leave questions. So, let's go in order and start with his wild 90s.
Yeah, Tupac Shakur. Rest in peace to Pac, man.
At first, Tupac and Puff Daddy were good friends, and they hung out together a handful of times. Pac believed that Puffy could make a superstar out of Biggie. The thing is that when Biggie was preparing the Ready to Die album, Biggie worried that he could miss his shot, considering that the new label he was signed to, Bad Boy, owned by Diddy, hadn't been taken off yet. Things weren't happening quickly enough for him, he complained. He asked Tupac to take over as his manager, in hopes Tupac could advance his music and film career as rapidly as he'd done his own. Tupac declined the offer and told him to be in Bad Boy, where Puff Daddy would make a star out of him. That's exactly what happened. After the release of the album, Biggie became a superstar. But in 1994, an incident occurred that turned them from friends into sworn enemies.
Man.
Tupac was contacted by Jimmy Henchman, a known associate of Haitian Jack, to appear on a Little Sean song, an artist he represented. That same night, Big was in the studio with Junior Mafia. They were working on the song Player's Anthem. Lil Cease saw Pac from the balcony and called him to his place. Lil Cease went to meet the guest, and when he came down, he saw Tupac and his friends lying on the floor. Two robbers pointed guns at them and told them to get back into the elevator. They went upstairs, and Lil Cease told Big that they were being robbed. When they came back, Pac was lying on the floor, all bloody. Tupac said the crew looked surprised and guilty, but Puffy claimed they showed him nothing but love and concern. He accused Jimmy Henchman, Haitian Jack, and of course, Puffy and Biggie of the robbery. Pac was so upset that he had been framed by his own friends. In turn, in an interview for Vibe, Puffy said that he had nothing to do with the robbery.
I have proved things that I could say that will back up my claim, but this is not for the world to know about. You know what I mean? It's between me and him, and only he knows. So every time he say it didn't happen, or that's the only thing that makes this become an issue to everybody.
Puffy began to worry for his life when Big J, a close friend of Suge Knight, was killed after a run-in between Death Row and Bad Boy. Puff saw his savior in the face of OG Keefe D from LA. In the early 90s, an East Coast client named Eric Von Zip Martin introduced Keefe D to Puff Daddy at one of the parties. They shook hands, and that was it. The first time Puffy and Keefe D contacted each other was when Puff wanted to rent a car for Usher's first video, Can You Get With? In general, after the tragic incident with Big Jake, according to Keefe D, Puff told him that he had problems with Big CEO and Pac. So if he resolved the issue, so to speak, he would receive $1 million. In addition to this, according to Napoleon from Outlaws, Puffy said that whoever steals a chain from Death Row Records will receive $10,000.
Puffy was saying we want to put this chain in in our video, and that's why the guys try to snatch the chain.
One of Keefe D's friends went to the mall, where he met a rival gang and proceeded to get beaten. Help later arrived, and they beat them and took the chain with the Death Row logo. Orlando Anderson took part in this fight. And then came the fateful day for Pac.
Yeah.
After Mike Tyson's fight, one of the Death Row participants of that fight saw Orlando and told Pac about it, who, without hesitation, went to deal with him and avenge his friend. In a few hours, Pac would be killed in a BMW. Keefe D's name came up again when Biggie Smalls' mom sued the Los Angeles City Administration. At one of the preliminary hearings, the judge said that if the city loses the court case, the city's losses will exceed $400 million. Therefore, they had no choice but to solve the case. As a result, Greg Kading took over the investigation. They took in Keefe D, who refused to give any testimony. At the time, the feds were already investigating the case of Keefe D and other accomplices who were involved in drug trafficking. They could have not only sentenced him to life in prison, but his family members as well. So Keefe decided to come clean about what happened on September 7th, 1996.
Seen the bullet going Suge in. I thought he was dead.
So Tupac's trying to jump in the back seat. And what's Suge doing? Just ducking?
In 2007, Keefe D met with Puff Daddy's former stylist, where the stylist informed him that Puff had paid Zip money to kill Pac, but Keefe had not received a penny. It is assumed that Zip opened the nightclub in New York with this money.
So the FBI told you that Zip kept that money as well.
They said Zip, everybody cross you.
This is how I use AI to optimize my schedule. What if I told you that 80% of your results come from 20%?
Keefe D received immunity and was sure that nothing would happen to him. That's why he went on different YouTube channels where he talked about his past, or rather the story of his friendship with Pac. He also wrote his autobiography and the detailed murder of Pac. Because he started talking about it so openly, the government had every right to arrest him, which happened on September 29, 2023.
And my goal here today is to walk you through our investigation and what led us to the indictment of Dwayne Davis, also known as Keefe D, for the murder of Tupac Shakur.
Puffy, on the other hand, denies any connections with Keefe D and says that the movie Murder Rap inside the Biggie and Tupac murders is complete nonsense.
It was this documentary that claimed, which we know wasn't true.
Yeah, check this out. We don't talk about things that are
Yeah, I think Diddy's guilty. I think he is though. Cause I know 50 said like in I think it was that concert that he believes that, well, not just 50, because 50 has said it as well that he believes it has something to do with Biggie's murder. And of course Eminem dropped that new track, Few, the remix of it, that he believes he's responsible for the murder of Tupac and Biggie. I don't know, man. I mean, I know we don't have proof of that, so I don't know. Do y'all think Diddy has something to do with the Biggie and Tupac murder? Let me know in the comments if you think he do though. I think he's guilty of something. That's why he's always so offensive about it.
That are nonsense. We don't even entertain nonsense, my brother.
Pac was furious after Biggie's song Who Shot Ya, which was put out after the robbery in New York.
Who shot ya? Separate the weak from the ops. Leap hard to creep them Brooklyn streets.
To be fair, the song was recorded before the incident.
Yeah.
According to Napoleon, putting out Who Shot Ya at such a bad time was Puffy's idea to get back at Pac for accusing Bad Boy Records of trying to murder him.
Even though it can take people's lives, or people might lose lives, but I'm gonna get rich. Put it out.
Your label drop a song, Who Shot Ya? Who this supposed to be about, bruh? Keep it a buck.
Initially, Biggie was supposed to go to London, not to the after party that took place in LA. This information is confirmed by Bad Boy's ex-president Kirk Burroughs, explaining that Puffy canceled this trip because he was eager to see him at the party.
Early Saturday morning saying he's not going to London. Call Arista, cancel it. You go. You represent it. You go. He's not going. I know for a fact that he was prepared to go, would have loved not to go if his label owner had only said, you don't have to go.
As a result, after this party, Biggie would be killed in a Chevrolet Impala.
Yeah.
Biggie's mom, Valletta Wallace, believes Combs only loved her son after he was dead. I used to tell Christopher all the time not to trust Sean, Valletta said in 2005. After these words, they saw each other several times. However, after the latest news and the video where he beats Cassie, she would like to see him again to slap him. In any case, Biggie could have still been alive if he'd flown to London.
Facts. Yeah, man. Yeah, cause the song "Who Shot Ya" came out. Cause I always thought when I was cause I might do a reaction of that song though. I might go back of it. But when the song "Who Shot Ya" came out, a lot of people was like, it wasn't a diss at Tupac. Even Pac believed that it was a shot at him. But he didn't mention his name though. But cause they said it was recorded way before the shooting went down. But it was bad time. Why would you release it though? So yeah. So rest in peace to both Pac and Biggie, man.
Kimberly Porter and Sean Combs first began dating around 1994. Before meeting Combs, Kim had a child with her ex-husband, singer Al B. Sure. In 1998, Porter and Combs welcomed their first child. But just a year after the birth of their son, the couple broke up. The separation resulted in a year-long family court battle, the details of which were never disclosed. But a statement from Diddy's lawyer noted that the agreement allowed for full involvement by both parents. After they broke up, Porter entered into a new relationship with music video executive Shakir Stewart in 2000, which allegedly angered Combs. Per a May 2024 report by Rolling Stone, Diddy allegedly broke a chair on Stewart's head while the two men and Porter were in Italy for L.A. Reid's wedding. He left him bleeding on a hotel floor in Italy, Stewart's mother Portia reportedly told Rolling Stone. He had to have stitches, and then Combs threatened him. "I'm going to kill you."
Whoa.
That's when I said, "You need to get out of this business. This man is crazy."
Wow, I didn't know about
See that thing
that.
up there? That's the Vanished Shadow gun magnet, and you can get one for free today. Let me show you how it works. It's going to carry a gun as well as a magazine.
Damn, so he
In
committed suicide.
2003, Combs and Porter reunited, and the couple went on to have two more children, twin daughters Dalia Starr Combs and Jesse James Combs in 2006. However, their short-lived reunion only lasted until 2007, when just a year after giving birth to their twins, the model broke things up for the last time. In an interview with Essence, Kim spoke about the circumstances surrounding her and Diddy's final goodbye. as being marred in an unraveling of trust. After the interviewer asked Kim why she left in such a dramatic way, referring to reports that she waited till he was out of town before she packed up the house and left, cars and all, Kim responded, "Because there was no other way. You think he would have let me walk out the door? He wouldn't have wanted me to go." Throughout this relationship, people close to Kim said she was being abused by Diddy. Firstly, he constantly controlled her. Kim said that he would call her 50 to 60 times a day.
Wow.
Anytime a man would go out his way to wiretap someone's phone or put taps in their homes just to monitor their conversation, that's a sign of insanity.
One of Diddy's ex-bodyguards, Roger Bonds, recalled one incident in particular dating back to around 2005, when he picked up the then couple from a yacht excursion. Upon seeing them, however, he realized that Porter's nose had allegedly been broken.
Jesus.
According to the security guard, Diddy went to a plastic surgeon after he broke her nose.
He's gonna fly in your doctors so that he can know. He was controlling when it came to Kim, so he would fly in doctors. Anything that, if anything was wrong with it, that it wouldn't get leaked out, he was able to control the situation.
Is it true that Diddy broke her nose? Bust her nose, man.
Roger himself saw 3 fights between them. One of them happened on the way to a hotel. Back then, Puff asked him to get out of the car.
And next thing I knew, I seen the car rumbling, shaking, this, that, and the other. So then I opened up the door and said, "Yo, we in front of the Beverly Hills Hotel." So then Kim got out the car, she fixed her hair, and she said, "I want to explain. Put your hands on me again, and you're going to have to explain this scratch that I'm about to put on your face."
Ooh.
Unfortunately, Kim Porter died on November 15, 2018. The official cause of death was the result of lobar pneumonia. Kim's father, Jake Porter, called the cause of death a load of crap, but is not thinking about reopening the case. Another family member said that if it had been his daughter, he would have insisted on a reopened investigation.
Jesus.
Jennifer Lopez and Bad Boy Records artist Shine ended up in the same block, and let us tell you why. Puffy was the producer of J-Lo's album On the Six. As the singer recalls, initially, she did not like Puff.
What you're going for? We're friends.
There's no romance between you and Puffy?
You know, he's just a good friend.
He was larger than life, but at first I didn't like him at all. You know, I didn't. I thought he was like, you know, ick. I didn't like him because, you know, Sean and I were very different that way. You know, I was very like family oriented and kind of a.
But he showed his persistence, and they started dating. At the end of December 1999, they, along with rapper Shine, found themselves in a different situation after a party in New York. It turned into a shootout in a nightclub. When they were leaving the party, Diddy, carrying a bottle of champagne, accidentally jostled one of the club's patrons, knocking a drink out of his hand. The man, Matthew Allen, a street tough known as Scar, responded with a shove. Things escalated. One of Allen's companions allegedly threw a stack of money in Combs' face, and shots were fired, leaving 3 people injured.
Jesus.
Combs and Lopez were arrested, fleeing the scene in a Lincoln Navigator with a gun in the trunk. J-Lo was quickly absolved, and although witnesses said they'd seen Combs with the weapon, and his driver testified that his boss had bribed him to claim ownership, his legal team, including Johnny Cochran, created enough doubt that Combs was acquitted too. You could say the couple got away with it. Shine, on the other hand, was acquitted of attempted murder, but convicted on charges of assault and possession of weapons, receiving 10 years in prison.
Man.
During his radio interview, Shine said he had a gun with him because he had been shot at just a month before the incident at the club. He also added that carrying the gun in the club saved his life, and he did the right thing. The relationship with his producer was ruined.
There's no beef between me and Shine, absolutely not. Everything's cool between us. Would you agree with that?
I mean, there is no me and Shine, like it's, you know.
There's no relationship there to have a beef, right?
Exactly, you know, he doesn't exist to me, and you know.
Those people were testifying, they were brought to Puff first, saying that what they saw against Shine and what they saw Shine do. The DA didn't even know those people existed.
In 2001, Lopez and Puff broke up. The singer admitted that the reason was that Diddy couldn't remain faithful, and she wanted to forget about the shooting and put it behind her.
There's some trouble now. There's some trouble now. I don't think I need to tell people, but there's trouble now. And we don't need to go into it, do we? No. And you can't really say anything about it, can you? No. So I really shouldn't have even brought it up. I don't know why I brought it up.
Dad bods deserve better teas.
I found this brand.
Her relationship with Diddy was very traumatic for her mom, who never liked Puff. One day, Wendy Williams asked Jennifer about the possibility of resuming her romantic relationship with Diddy. This question made her mom livid.
Look at or in my mind, getting together.
After the court case was closed, Combs decided to change his name from Daddy to Diddy in order to have a fresh start. And Shine was released from jail and got deported to his native Belize in 2009. In 2020, Shine was elected as the leader of the opposition at the House of Representatives in Belize, after government officials attempted to approve an amendment that would prevent ex-convicts like him from running for office. Shine says Diddy lent him support. A year later, Diddy helped him come back to America. And you'd think that would be the end of it. The past stays in the past. But that wasn't the case. In one of the lawsuits that rained down on Diddy, producer Rodney Lil Rod Jones, who worked with Diddy for about 13 months, recounted what happened on that tragic day in '99. According to his words, Puffy was bragging to him about bribing witnesses and jurors in the criminal case concerning the 1999 NYC nightclub shooting with Shine. Mr. Combs shared that he was responsible for the shooting in the nightclub in New York, Jones alleged. He also alleges that Diddy bragged about using Lopez to smuggle the gun into the club. One of the victims that night, Nadia Rubin, called Diddy's arrest one of the best days of her life because she's 100% sure that it was Diddy who shot at her.
Jesus.
In an interview for the Art of the Dialogue channel, the woman shared the details of that incident. She saw Shine and Diddy take out their weapons.
I watched them both fire their guns. I watched them. I got hit right here, in my nose, in between my eyes, which means I'm facing directly at you. Just like I'm looking at you, and I can tell you got on black shades. They kind of look like Cazelles and an Adidas shirt. That's exactly how I was looking at him. And I watched him shoot me.
After Diddy's arrest, Shine says that yes, he forgave him. But that night and Puff's subsequent actions ruined his life.
I was defending him, and he turned around and called witnesses to testify against me. And he contributed. He pretty much sent me to prison. Do I take any joy or any satisfaction with what he is going through? Absolutely not. I am different than maybe other people.
As for Jennifer Lopez, according to rumors, she's very nervous right now as this case may be reopened. She and her team are on high alert.
Oh, man.
Making the Band was an instant hit where fans got to watch the full process of putting a supergroup together. Viewers loved watching the wild activities Diddy had his band trainees do to come together as a group. They seemed ridiculous, and they were. Despite this, Diddy insisted that these challenges and activities were necessary to become a true artist, and everyone, both on screen and off it, believed that to be true. Since those days, the world has changed, and so the ugly reality behind Making the Band has come to light in recent years. Some clips from that show started going viral on the internet because of the wildness of some moments. The first clip came from MTV4, where Diddy had everyone line up on opposite sides and compete in a singing battle to see who wanted the opportunity more.
Sing to him. Don't sing the song to him. Let him hear you.
Said to me,
Let him know you coming to get his bed, man.
You acting so strange, yeah. Maybe I was too blind to.
What made the clip so memorable was the fact that all the men were dressed in leisure wear and singing to each other with conviction, while Diddy's cold gaze looked upon them. The second video was from MTV2, where Diddy asked members of his hip-hop group, Da Band, to walk to Brooklyn from Midtown Manhattan to get him some cheesecake from the famous Junior's Cheesecake restaurant. The moment went down in TV history as the group actually went and got the task done.
If y'all bucking on this little right here, I definitely don't want to with y'all.
Niggas want this man, but we was just on the tip like you was trying to put us out there like a bitch or something, like make us walk all the way to Brooklyn, like, you know what I'm saying?
I don't really care however you took it or whatever went through your mind. Be fly about it. Get your swag on, walk that way. You're that way, do it.
Some members reacted to these videos. Freddie P., who was a member of the band, confessed Diddy is one of the main reasons he hates life.
Trying to survive, my nigga. Can't go get no job. You just want to be regular sometimes. You can't even go get a job. You walk in the job, hey, it's Freddie P. What's up, boy?
In April of this year, he
It
gave
still
an
bothers
interview
him.
to The Art of the Dialogue, in which the rapper opened up about a particular incident that found him getting into an argument with Diddy. Freddie P. claimed that the argument escalated to the point where Sean Combs threatened to buy his block and get him popped every time he stepped foot over there.
Wow.
Like, I'll buy every house on your block. Shut every light off on that. You come out every time you come out, that bitch get popped. And that silenced me. And for you to make that, people ask why I left the band. Like, that's why I left the band. Like, that's why I didn't do Dave Chappelle.
He also explained that he saw the allegations up close.
It may be common nowadays, but for a man to walk up and slap your ass or let me get your number or come to my hotel room, it's not normal. I ain't never heard no that in my lifetime for no man to approach you like that. And he's done it several times.
In turn, Danity Kane members call out Diddy as extremely sexist. One of the group members, Aubrey O'Day, believes that she was fired because she refused Diddy's sexual advances.
I wasn't willing to do what was expected of me. Not talent-wise, but in other areas.
Another member of this group, Don Richard, filed lawsuit against him in September of this year. In the suit, Richard alleged Combs groped, assaulted, and imprisoned her, and threatened her life when she tried to intervene in defense of Combs' then-girlfriend, Cassie. Richard stated in the suit that she tried multiple times to intervene, offered Cassie support, and encouraged her to leave Combs. The suit alleged that Combs threatened Richard's life, telling her that he had the ability to make people disappear and could end people.
Today, not tomorrow, not next week. Today is the day I hope you will donate to
Cassidy.
This is a video from 2006 where Diddy signs singer Cassie and producer Ryan Leslie, who was her boyfriend at the time.
I saw her and I met her and I saw this DVD on her. Hopefully we can play that. That's what kind of made me like really fall in love with the project because I saw something more than just records.
And ironically, he really did see her as more than an artist. He saw her as his future girlfriend. After Cassie broke up with Ryan, she started dating Diddy. Their relationship lasted for 9 years. They didn't get married. Consequently, they could not have children together. And there are good reasons for this. During those 9 years of their relationship, terrible things happened, which she described in her $30 million lawsuit. She accused him of rape, sex trafficking, and physical abuse.
Man.
The filing also claims that he forced Cassie to engage in acts with male workers while masturbating and filming the encounters, as well as forced her to carry a handgun, even though she felt uncomfortable with doing so. Finally, she claimed that Diddy plied her with drugs and alcohol, triggering a substance abuse problem. One of such abusive moments that can be recalled can be seen in a video from 2016, where Diddy was beating up Cassie, who wanted to escape from him at the hotel. Recently, text messages were allegedly published between Cassie and Diddy after this incident. Pay attention to how Diddy paints himself as the victim after everything he did in that hallway. Call me. The cops are here. I got 6 kids. You, please call. I'm surrounded. You gonna abandon me all alone? Ventura allegedly replied, I have a black eye and a fat lip. You are sick for thinking it's okay to do what you've done. I still have crazy bruising. You always want to show me that you have the power, and you knock me around. I'm not a rag doll. I'm someone's child. In these messages, Diddy did not apologize for what he had done, but he was forced to do it when it became public.
It's so difficult to reflect on the darkest times in your life. Sometimes you gotta do that. I was up. I hit rock bottom. But I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video.
P. Diddy is a very jealous man, and he is ready to kill anybody if they come into contact with his girlfriend, even if she is not his anymore. That's what happened with Kim Porter, and that's what happened with Cassie. In her lawsuit, she also said that when she tried to move on from Combs, she had a brief romantic relationship with Kid Cudi in 2011. Combs found out and told her that he planned to blow up Cudi's car in his driveway.
Jesus.
Cudi confirmed Ventura's account, saying his car indeed exploded. "This is all true," he said. How Diddy reacts to Cassie's interaction with the opposite sex can be seen in this video, although it would seem that he just greeted her. Diddy beat her, cheated on her, forced her to have other men, abused her, and he paid a huge price for it. It's not about the $30 million he paid her and that the case was closed the next day, but it's about the fact that she gave other victims the opportunity to talk about all the terrible things that Puffy had done to them. Lawsuits rained down on Diddy, one after another. If celebrities were abused, it's scary to imagine what happened to ordinary people who could easily be silenced and no one would hear them. Like the video? It's very important for the channel. And subscribe to MusicVibe. See you guys later.
Man, Jesus, God. Yeah, Diddy is sick, man. He needs help, man. Yeah, karma's about to catch up to him sooner or later, man, because he's in prison. Well, he's in jail right now to the wait see for the trial to come, though. So I don't know who's worse, though, Diddy or R. Kelly, though. So with the Cassie situation, man, that don't give you the right to hit her, man. I don't get down how angry you are, though. So, yeah, so shout out to Cassie for that, though. So for all the videos like Kim Porter, because I think they're going to reopen the case, though. I've been hearing about that, though. So I'll keep my eyes out on that, though. With Diddy, man, I don't know, man. Because I think Tupac's family filed, I guess they filed a lawsuit on Diddy as well with the Tupac murder. So yeah, guys, let me know in the comments what you think about this. You think Diddy's going to get out? You think Diddy's going to get life in prison? I don't know what y'all think, though. I'll see you guys next video. Peace out, y'all.